What is up guys, it's Solheim here, back with another Wrath of the Lich King Classic video. Well, really, we are talking about tomorrow's announcement, which could concern both the modern version of WoW, aka retail, as they are in fact announcing the next expansion, most likely titled Dragonflight, but they might also announce something regarding Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So really, this video is me speculating on whether or not they will announce Wrath Classic tomorrow, and even though we will get the answer 100% tomorrow, as this video is me speculating on what happens tomorrow, I still wanted to put my input on it out there, so let's get into some speculation. First off, we know that the next expansion for retail is being announced tomorrow, where they will probably give us either an actual release date, or at the very least a release window, like releasing Q1 2023, which is my guess for the actual release. The reason for this is that we know every patch in Shadowlands has been pretty much delayed so far, and we were supposed to be further into the expansion than 9.2 by now. It was initially meant to have a third major patch as well, but that was cut short, as they pretty much had to abandon ship, seeing where it was going, and now we're headed into 10.0, aka the next expansion. With this in mind, knowing we have always been working on a delay, I would be absolutely shocked if they are far enough ahead of the schedule to bring out the next expansion before the end of the year, considering once again that even Blizzard is working on a delay right now, having cut Shadowlands short by a whole major patch. It is basically like what they did in Warlords of Draenor, and we remember how long that final patch was, right? With all of this in mind, I think there is no way the Dragonflight expansion releases this year, and as it's being announced in April, I think we're looking at a February, March, or even April launch date for 2023. Even Shadowlands came out a whole year after the announcement. So let's say that the next expansion comes out in February, March, or April of next year. They need something to keep us busy until then, right? That is where Wrath of the Lich King comes in. This event is supposed to be massive, and only announcing the Dragonflight expansion would do absolutely nothing for the classic fanbase. So in my opinion, they need to announce something for us as well, and personally I am very confident that they will announce Wrath during their event tomorrow. They need to fill the gap with something, and based on our current timeline, it all just lines up perfectly. If the next expansion comes out in March, and let's say very late March as well, and Wrath of the Lich King Classic comes out in October or November, that gives us a solid 5 to 6 months of Wrath hype before the next expansion comes out, and Blizzard ideally wants us to play both and capitalize on the burnout on one version of their game by hyping up another version of their own game. Following the current timeline of TBC, we should see a Sunwell launch in May or June, and if the final patch of or final phase of TBC lasts a total of 5 months, then hey, we are back to what I just said, which is Wrath in October or November. So with all of this said, here's exactly what I think will happen tomorrow, step by step. Remember, this is just my speculation, I don't have any insider information whatsoever, but here it is. First up, they will announce the next expansion, aka Dragonflight or 10.0, a dragon-themed expansion, but let's be real, the name has already been leaked and it's Dragonflight. After that, they will probably talk a little bit more about Dragonflight for let's say 15 to 20 minutes. Next up, they say something cliché about Wrath of the Lich King, as an introduction or something, not like what was your favorite flavor of ice cream type of cliché, like they did for vanilla.
But I understand that for some of you, your favorite flavor is vanilla.
But I'm sure they will think of some sort of a punchline and then play a Wrath Classic announcement trailer. Right after that trailer, or at the end of the trailer itself, it will say that Wrath Classic Beta is starting already in May, and you can sign up right now, and they will probably even have or include a sign up link, or where and how to sign up in the actual announcement. So yeah, Dragonflight announcement, then Wrath announcement, and at the end of the Wrath announcement, they also say that Wrath Beta is starting in May, which is actually incredibly soon, but it also sounds very possible. In this scenario, our timeline would be this in terms of Classic updates: Sunwell update in May or June, Wrath Classic beta running from May until July or August, even possibly September, depending on when they plan to release Wrath of the Lich King. Personally, I can see a 2 to 3 month beta length, for them to have 1 month without the beta before Wrath is actually released, which is kinda similar to what they did for TBC Classic. It is not like we need to test a lot of things for Wrath, but the beta period is also a free advertisement period for Blizzard, as there will be so much content made on the game itself everywhere online. What I will say though is this: there is a slight chance that Blizzard does not announce Wrath Classic tomorrow, and instead only announce their next retail expansion. And here's my thought process behind saying that. If they announce only their Dragonflight expansion, that shows that they have a lot of confidence in that expansion. If they announce the expansion, then also announce Wrath of the Lich King Classic, some people could see that as them using the Wrath announcement to redeem themselves from a lesser announcement for what is supposed to be their big reveal. That being said though, they do have two completely different fan bases they need to think about: the retail fanbase and the classic fanbase. So on a real note, I'm assuming and kind of expecting that they will announce both. So what do you think will happen tomorrow? Do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you have anything different to add to the conversation? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, check out my gold guide for Wrath Classic. It is a guide that I've spent countless hours on to expose all of the gold making secrets in Wrath. I cover preparations and investments that you can make thousands of gold with. I cover the very best gold farms, crafting professions, and specific gold making methods that will be absolutely insane in Wrath. The guide is also a work in progress. I have a lot of things that are on my to-do list to test out during the Wrath beta, which I will put into the guide when I know exactly how they work on the classic client. And the good thing is, once you have purchased the guide, you will get all of the future updates for free. You can also use the discount code SWOLHEIM for 50% off your purchase, so make sure you check it out through the link down below. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm actually incredibly excited about the announcement tomorrow, and I couldn't hold it to myself, and I had to let my thoughts out there, just in case I'm right, so I can look back at this video and think, damn, I'm smart. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.